It's a beautiful Thursday morning in the fabulous Florida Keys. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty. Today's weather's keeping with the theme of the week of windy. It's very windy outside. I just came in for my morning walk along the beach, but we're supposed to have a sunny day all day long with a lot of wind. I'll take the wind. It keeps us nice and cool, and we still live in paradise while other people live in Detroit. This is my morning market MLS update I do every day right about this same time. I report all the new listings in Key West and the lower Keys that have come on the market in the last 24 hours. If you watch this video every day, you will be ahead of most buyers. You'll know about every new listing from Big Pine Key down to Key West the same day the realtors find out about them. That's very valuable information for a buyer to have and puts you ahead of most buyers. I find most buyers wait for a home to come on to Trulia or Realtor.com or Zillow or any one of those thousands of websites they have that report the MLS. And unfortunately, a problem they face oftentimes is by the time these websites put a home live online, it's already been in the multiple listing service a couple days and all the good deals are already under contract. If you watch this video and you see something you like, you can call me right away. I'll make an appointment for us to go see the home, or if you're not here locally in the Keys, I'll go preview it on your behalf, or we can do a FaceTime walkthrough video together. And if you like what you see, we'll write up an offer, and you can be under contract on the home before most buyers ever even knew it was available for sale. You can also get a much more detailed description of these listings, including photographs, if you follow my blog, keywestinvesting.com. There's a lot more information on the homes in the blog, a lot more details, any unique features the home might have. There'll be things like room uses and descriptions, room dimensions, photos of the inside of the home, photos of the outside of the home. If the home happens to be waterfront or happens to have a pool, there'll be photos of the pool, photos of the water view, photos of the boat dockage. It's just a lot more information than I can fit into a couple-minute YouTube video. Again, that web address is keywestinvesting.com, and it's updated every day from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. If you like this video, please let me know. Click that like symbol down below. If you want to see more videos of this nature so you can stay current with what's being listed in the Florida Keys at what price every day, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do a video just like this each morning. We have quite a few properties to go over today. There's been 6 new listings between Big Pine Key and Key West in the last 24 hours. Before I give you the information on the listings, the state of Florida's legal department makes me cover the boring stuff. The information I'm about to give you comes directly from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. I'm not accepting any responsibility for any of these listings. I'm not claiming any of these listings to be my own listings. And I'm not accepting any responsibility for any inaccuracies there may be in the information I give you. I'm simply reading it to you right from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. In fact, in a day like today where I have 6 of them, my memory's not as good as it used to be. You might catch me glancing down. I'm just looking at my computer screen to make sure I'm reading you the proper information. The first one we have is a house in Key West's Old Town neighborhood on Virginia Street. This house is on an enormous lot by Old Town standards. It's on a 5,700 square foot lot, which is the average size for the lower Keys, where the average Old Town lot is anywhere from 2,000 square feet to 3,500 square feet would be considered big. This house also has off-street parking for at least 2. You could probably squeeze a third car in there, and has a covered carport for one of the cars, which is a great feature to have in the summer. I have a black car, and black cars tend to attract the heat more than other cars, and mine's gotten really, really hot in the summertime. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,326 square foot house. It does need a little updating inside. It's certainly livable as is. There's no reason you couldn't move in and enjoy it for years to come without doing anything, but it could use some updating. But when you have that much land, off-street parking, Old Town, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house that size, it's offered at only $1,380,000. That one is a very low-priced house. Jump on that quickly or someone else will beat you to it. Then we go to William Street, also in Key West's Old Town neighborhood. There's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom condo, 1,216 square feet. This one's only about 3 or 4 blocks off Duval Street. You can walk right to Duval Street, and it's on the quiet end of Duval Street. You'll be walking up to where all the fine dining restaurants are and the art galleries. There's a couple of bar rooms, but Duval Street has a couple of bar rooms everywhere you go. But it's not in the loud party zone. But if you do want to get out of the loud party zone, it's probably a 10-minute walk away. So it's got the best of both worlds. It also has off-street parking, which is very important. The closer you get to Duval Street, the more important off-street parking becomes. This property is being offered at $1,095,000, which is a very good price for a 3-bedroom, especially 3 full bathroom house. Condo. That close to Duval Street. Then we go to Key Haven, which is just 2 islands out of Key West. Key Haven is a very upscale community. Probably 90 to 95% of the houses are either canal front or open waterfront. They're all high-end. It would be pretty fair to say you won't find a property anywhere in Key Haven under $1 million, and you'll find very few of them under $2 million. This one is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 1,520 square foot house on the canal. It's on Key Haven Road, which is the main road going into Key Haven. Some people feel you have a lot of traffic on there, but I've never noticed that. I have a friend that actually lives right directly next door to this particular house, and I've been over there many times. You don't really have any traffic other than the people coming and going to the houses in Key Haven. It's not really one of those islands you drive around and the tourists that go sightseeing on. It's 3-bedroom, 3 bathrooms, 1,520 square feet on the canal with a concrete seawall, and it's offered at $2,300,000, which is extremely low for Key Haven. Then we go up to Rockland Key. Rockland Key is a relatively small island, not geographically. Geographically, it's the size of most of the Keys, but as far as population and homes, there's only a few streets on Rockland Key. It's a very nice neighborhood, very tight-knit neighborhood. They all keep an eye out for each other. Everybody knows everybody. They all know when each other goes away. They all watch each other's houses, walk each other's dogs if someone's sick or someone's out of town. This one is on Calais Uno. It's a canal front house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,202 square foot house. It's being offered at $1,250,000. It's less than a 10-minute car ride into Key West. You can't beat that price for being on the water so close to Key West. A very good friend of mine lives on Calais Uno, right up the street from this house. Her father actually had her house built in the late 1970s, so she's been going there since she was a child and now owns the house. She inherited it, and she said that having lived in the Keys for over 35 years, she would never live anywhere but Rockland Key. She said just that neighborhood is more like a big family than it is a neighborhood. And that's very important, especially where a lot of the Keys can be real transient. You never know who's living next door to you from day to day. You don't have that on Rockland Keys. You have that added security and a great price for a canal front house so close to Key West. Then we go up to Sugarloaf Key in Lower Sugarloaf, or the actual name of the subdivision is Sugarloaf Shores, but you most commonly just hear it called Lower Sugarloaf. This one's a rare house for Lower Sugarloaf in the sense that it's a dry lot house. At least 90% of the houses on Lower Sugarloaf are either canal front or open waterfront. There's a small handful that are a dry lot house, and this is one of them. It's on Keystone Road. It is right at the dead end of a canal. It's the first house off, so if you're up on the deck, you'll have the canal view. You have the water view, but you will not be able to put a boat in the yard. There is no water frontage and no dockage. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. It's 1,155 square feet. It's being offered at $998,000, which even being a dry lot house, any house in Sugarloaf Shores at that price is a good deal. It's about a 15-minute drive to Key West. Generally speaking, all of the houses in the neighborhood are all very upscale, very high-end houses. And they always say with real estate, you're better off to have the lesser house in the multi-million-dollar neighborhood than the nicest house in the entire trailer park. And this is a case of the lesser house in the multi-million-dollar neighborhood. A lot of the homes in Sugarloaf Key you'll see selling $3 million, $4 million, every once in a while even $5 million plus dollars. So $998,000 to get into Lower Sugarloaf on Sugarloaf Shores is a great buy. Then we go up to Big Pine Key on Pine Road. There's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1,200 square foot house on the canal. This house is a ground level house. So if you did like this one, I would definitely recommend you get a flood insurance quote during your due diligence inspection period. Flood insurance on the ground level homes on the water can be very expensive. This one's being offered at $949,000. It's a one bathroom, not one bedroom, 1-bathroom house. It's a ground level house. Pine Street really isn't Big Pine's greatest of neighborhoods. I don't want to go as far as to call this way overpriced or even overpriced, but I'll just say there's a lot of canal front homes in much better locations that are much better homes on Big Pine Key that you could get at $949,000. I would definitely stay away from this one. I'd advise all my buyers to stay away from this one, but that's just my opinion. And that's all we have for today. If you want to see any of these homes or any home anywhere in the Florida Keys, give me a call at 305-731-0501. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to showing you homes in the fabulous Florida Keys. More importantly, I look forward to making you my neighbor. Living in the Florida Keys is a great life, and you will never have to shovel snow again. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty.